It is the last week of the regular season in high school gymnastics. And tonight on CCX, a Northwest Suburban Conference gymnastic meet featuring the Rogers Royals and the Park Center Pirates. From Park Center High School, John Jacobson along with Debbie Rasmussen. And Debbie, it's one final tune-up for each of these teams before the section meet next Thursday at Champlain Park High School at Section 5AA.
You know, and this is such an important meet, and we, speaking with Coach Bruce earlier, he loves this meet, the last meet of the season. The TV's here. He wants those girls to feel the pressure that they'll have on them tonight so that when they get into sections next week, it'll be no big deal. We'll just go ahead and do our routines. What we're going to want to see tonight is extremely polished routines. We want everything. You don't come to the table with anything new tonight. Tonight is all about what you do and what you do well.
Teams finishing their warm-ups now as we get ready for our first rotation, which will be Park Center up on the vaults. And their scores have varied this year. They've been dealing with sicknesses and injuries. More or less healthy tonight, and trying to get those routines set for next week's section meet. They've got Annika Lee that we'll see tonight, an outstanding gymnast, set the school record the other night in the vault. She'll be likely a state qualifier again out of Section 5, and a lot of other girls from both teams that are young and still have potential to grow into the sports, maybe not state this year, but a chance to improve as they continue their high school careers beyond this week and this season.
Well, and I think it's nice tonight, for someone like Annika, who did set a record for the school. She's finishing up her season in her own gym. Let's see if we can even increase that score to even a higher when you are here and you are on your own equipment with your own settings, surroundings that you're totally used to. So we're very excited tonight to see if she's able to even get a higher score than she did this past weekend.
All right, and we are ready to go. And up first for Park Center on the vault, it's Collier Song.
Collier starts out with a very strong half on, half off.
Each team with 5 gymnasts to compete at the varsity level, and top 4 scores in each of the 4 apparatus are what counts toward the team score. And in the vault, it's the one apparatus where you get 2 chances at it.
Which is always good. We may see some gymnasts tonight, if they like the first score, they may not do that second score. But most of the time, the gymnast will do 2 vaults. What she's going to want to do on this vault is just to tighten up that wasn't quite able to even make that second half twist. What I was going to say is she's going to want to twist a little bit quicker and finish that a little more. But unfortunately, not going to happen on this one, so she'll probably stick with the score of her first vault. You can see she just didn't quite get that pre-flight on the position of the platform that she needed to be.
Collia's score on her first vault was an 8.025. Next up, Rachael Dupont. A senior, and she looks excited. Yeah, she's like, let's get this going.
Ready, yeah. Beautiful half on, half off. Just a couple of steps on the landing there, but otherwise, it was a very nice vault. She's got great height and distance. You'll see here, she's a taller gymnast, so she makes it look so pretty. Great half on. There's the half off, just off to the side a little bit. So she's going to want to clean up that afterflight because the first part of the vault was wonderful, and just see if she can get a more solid landing.
She's a co-captain, her 4th year on the team. The first vault scored an 8.025.
Beautiful second vault. Such a nice job. Very well on the landing. She had great distance from the vaulting platform. Those are things judges will be looking for. You'll see here she's really sharp on that twist and the half off, and she just nails it.
Her second score, an 8.1, so a little bit higher. We'll mark that one in the books. Next up, Chandra Villa. She's a sophomore, second year on the team, was on the team as a 7th grader, but then took a couple of years off and now is back this season and working all around tonight for the Pirates.
beautiful vault she does there. It's a half on, but she does a 1.5 twist. This is a vault that you do not see that often. We see a lot of the half on full offs, but very often do you see someone that can twist that well. It's a blind landing because she's going to be facing forward, but watch how quick and snappy this twist is. 1.5, just a little off to the side, so takes that step. All she's going to want to do is clean up the landing a little bit. It was gorgeous. She's definitely a good twister.
Good score, 8.9 for vault 1. Chandra Villa's second vault.
Again, kind of the same. She just has to take that step to the right. It's a little bit bigger of a step, but this vault is so difficult. It's very exciting just because we don't see it that often. Anytime you add that extra twist to anything, be it a half a twist or quarter twist, you're going to increase the starting value. It increases the difficulty.
So our second vault, 8.7, a little 0.2 of a point lower. Next up, Elissa Lance. Elissa, another senior co-captain, her 6th year on the team.
She's showing us that same vault that we saw prior, but she only does a full twist. But this is a nice vault. See how really great form she has? And she has good distance from that vaulting platform also. When you get down to meets where teams are, closer in competition and their team scores, every 10th counts. So you really want to work on these landings.
First vault scores an 8.6.
Again, just another really nice vault. Just that step on the landing. She has great form. I love a good toe point, especially on the vault.
Yeah.
When gymnasts, it happens so fast. She has a great toe point.
That second vault, though, a little bit lower, 8.425. So the 8.6 will stick. Fifth and final competitor for the Pirates, Anna Collier, as I mentioned in our pregame, set a school record the other night in the vault against Maple Grove, 9.725, two-time state qualifier for the Pirates.
This is a big vault. It's called a Yurchenko, and it's in the laid-out position. Saw last year Cheney New do this vault and get a perfect 10 on it, so she is not that far off from that 10 with a 9.7. Was it 9.765? Is that right?
9.725.
9.725. Watching her in warm-ups, this is big. This is a big, powerful vault. Nice. She had a little bit, the shoulders were down just a little bit. She wants to get a little bit of a stronger block off the platform. You'll see here, pre-flight great, and then she just has to pike it down just a little bit. We have the coach standing in there. He didn't touch her. There is no deduction for that. This is the vault and the type of situation where you want that extra adrenaline. You want that extra oomph that I'm going to run and really, really make this vault count.
First vault, a 9.6 for Annika. Broke the school record, previously held by Haley Illy, who graduated from Park Center just a couple of years ago.
Nice. That was nice. She had farther distance from that platform. Again, kind of piked it down in a laid out position. You want your shoulders to be up on that landing and then just the step, but this still beautiful vault.
One more look at it. And it scores just a little bit higher to have 9.65. Great job by Annika Lee. That is the end of our first rotation. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's definitely a vault that should get her to state because it is so pretty.
We will take a break. We'll come back. We'll see the Rogers Royals for the first time here on the vault. More gymnastics on CCX after this.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
There's a look at the Park Center's vault score that we just saw, 35.25, and the poster on the wall. They made that up quickly. Yep, just
They
two nights ago.
certainly did. Someone's very skilled in computer.
I'm pretty sure Bruce told me it was 2 nights ago. It said January 4th on the poster. I thought it was February 4th. Regardless, school record.
Yep.
And Sophie Mankey gets us started for Rogers. She'll be followed by Katie Nortice, Olivia Soltani, Claire Hippin, and Cassidy Crott.
It's kind of fun. Rogers isn't part of our viewing area, but it's kind of fun sometimes to see different schools and see, where they're at. And
Score of 8.35 for Sophie Mankey. Yeah, their first year in the Northwest Suburban Conference. If you recall last year, Deb, we did Elk River here at Park Center.
Oh, that's right.
Second vault for Sophie.
Both vaults were done beautifully. That's a handspring fall. Nice score to start out the meet for Rogers. You'll see here her pre-flight is real strong. She's got straight arms, does that twist. Just a small step on that landing.
Second vault 8.2, but that 8.35, the first vault, ties her season high.
That's fun.
She is just an 8th grader. Next up, Katie Nortice. She is a 9th grader. Her high score, 8.5 in this event.
I will tell you, even though she had those lots of steps on the landing there, but prior to that, it was a beautiful, beautiful vault. She has amazing form, and that's so important. You'll see here. Just over-rotated it just a little bit, but I got to tell you, it's very rare you see a half-on, half-off done with that, really outstanding form. And you can tell in the score, even though she had quite a few steps after, still is a very nice score. So all she wants to do here is try to land that vault a little bit.
8.15 for vault 1.
Definitely better. She's got her shins heavily taped, and I got to tell you, if you have shin splints and you're vaulting, ouch. That's a tough deal.
Toughest event with that kind of injury, do you
Yes,
think?
yes. By far. I mean, the floor is not much better. So again, that was you can tell there. Yep, they're taped pretty heavily.
8.275, so the second vault a little bit higher for Katie. And now Olivia Soltani, captain, a senior. I have 8.5 this year on the vault.
Half on, half off with great distance from the platform. Just a little hop there. See here, she does that half on, half off. Good form. Just a little tiny jump forward on the landing.
First vault an 8.275 for Olivia. Here's vault 2.
And again, just another really nice vault with great form and just that hop on the landing. When you're landing forward, we call it a blind landing, so she can't actually see. Whereas when you're doing a full twist, you rotate all the way around, so you're kind of seeing where that mat is. This is a little bit different. So it makes to have those stuck landings just a little bit more difficult.
Second vault 8.2, so Olivia's first vault just a little bit higher. The Rogers Royals' 4th gymnast tonight on the vault, the senior Claire Hippin, scored an 8.5 as her high score this season.
Beautiful half on, half off. And what I love about this vault is not only does she have the distance from the vaulting platform, she has the height on that after flight too. We'll try to
high score, as I mentioned, in 8.5, and she tops that here, Deb. That first vault was an 8.6 for Claire.
Very nice. Like I said, what she has on that vault is not only does she have the pre-flight, the height that she gets when she does the block off the platform, really beautiful. She might have had a bigger step on that landing. I'm not sure if it will score similar to that.
The second vault did score a little higher, though, 8.675. So season high there for Claire Hippin. And finally for the Royals, sophomore Cassidy Crott, her high score this season in the vault, 8.65. First vault for Cassidy.
Does a handspring full, beautiful vault. Good strong run, good pre-flight, has a nice block. Maybe not the distance that we saw on from the previous vaulter, but still a really nice vault.
Let's see how that scores here for Cassidy. You saw it again, 8.45. And vault 2.
Another nice vault. She had a great landing on that. She didn't have any steps. Didn't quite have the form as the first vault, but the landing was better. So we'll see where that puts her in the score. So you just had kind of left that one arm kind of back behind there, but still a nice vault.
And scores her an 8.525, so a little bit higher on vault 2 for Cassidy Crott, and that wraps up our first rotation for Rogers. We will take a break. We'll come back. More gymnastics on even bars up next here on CCX. Vault score for the Rogers Royals, 33.825. Park Center leading through one full rotation by not quite a point and a half as we head to the uneven bars. Rogers will be up first. Claire Hippin will be their first gymnast, Katie Nortice will be their first gymnast as you look at head coach Allie Meach. First year head coach at Rogers, spent 7 years as an assistant at Tartan High School, but really likes this young team. He's got a lot of young gymnasts that they're working hard, and is happy in her situation and working with this team. But it said it's always different, always an adjustment when you come in first-year head coach. And Bruce Smith on the other side in his 30th season here at Park Center. And the 17th year that we've been in this gym. If you remember years ago, Deb, we were in the main gymnasium where they have basketball and volleyball, and they built this addition on in the early 2000s, and now 17 seasons here in this gymnasium.
It doesn't seem like that long
until
you start thinking how long we've been doing this. That's, kind of crazy. Bruce is just the kind of coach that, I am just so grateful for what he has done for high school gymnastics. over the many, many years he's been here.
Katie Nortice first up for Rogers.
It was a really nice kip routine. She's got some rear uprises, 2 long hang kips. Nice flyaway dismount. You can tell she's kind of wincing. The only good thing is that nice mat underneath there is pretty thick and probably makes it a little bit easier on those shins. But you'll see here she does long hang kip. She casts right into that second one and then casts right into that tuck flyaway. Playing to the camera, very nice.
Claire Hippin will be up next once we're awaiting a score here for Katie's routine.
It's always that first up on the event first. So, you know, the judges haven't had to judge bars yet, so they always want to make sure that they're first up. They set a good base score. You can tell she's checking on the score from the other judge. We have 2 judges on each event. I tell you, when you get up into the section meet and the state meet, we have 4 judges. You want to talk about judges conference? Kind of crazy.
6.7 the score for Katie and now Claire Hippin.
Beautiful kip to a free hip back hip circle. And the form that we saw that she had on the vault, she certainly brings to the uneven bars as well. Nice back hip circle to a kip down and a beautiful tuck flyaway dismount. It's a good routine. She just has pretty form. I mean, you could just hang there with pretty form and you would look good.
You probably wouldn't score as high.
No, but if I could give points for hanging and looking good and straight arms, straight legs, pointed toes, that would be a good one. Sometimes when you're moving so fast, like when we watch vault, we basically see them for a second and a half, if that. You know, so for these judges that are trained to look for those unpointed toes or pointed toes, but when you have someone that's so strong with their form, it just is fun to watch and it makes it easy on the judges. Less deductions.
Cassidy Crott will be up next. Is Coach Meach waiting for the score for Claire Hippin. .375 for Claire Hippin and now Cassidy Crott.
Really nice start with those switch kips, which is showing a change of direction, which if you want to get a high score on bars, that's what you need. These are rear uprise moves, which are beautiful into that back hip circle. She'll go long hang kip, 2, and finally she will cast. Big flyaway dismount, solid landing, no steps. Nice distance from that high bar. Good job.
That should score the high score so far here for the Royals. We look at it, Cassidy's routine again.
Here's that nice flyaway dismount and not a step to be taken there. Nice job. She definitely seems happy about that one, so that's good. I don't think we've seen a team play up to the camera so like much as this team. Not at all.
A little longer here on the scoring time here to get a mark for Cassidy Crott.
She had a little bit more depth to the routine and more moves. had a beautiful change of direction on that switch kip on the low bar. So more to judge.
.575 the score for Cassidy.
Olivia starting out with a kip cut catch, which is a nice release move there into a straddle half turn to show the change of direction. Nice squat on. Really nice rear uprises. She's going to go big cast. Long hang kip. Another long hang kip. Very nice routine. Good tuck flyweight distance. Again, a lot of height and a really solid landing for that.
One more look at Olivia Sultani on the uneven bars. On her dismount.
What's so important on bars is that you just keep everything moving. You don't want any breaks or stops or starts or anything like that. They're going to need to get a copy of this. I don't know if they're technically in our viewing area, but
we'll send a link to the coach.
I think so. I suppose if you're not used to, I mean, the teams that we have followed over there, they're used to, you know, the cameras being here and stuff. Back in our time at Robbinsdale Cooper, no cameras.
6.9 score for Olivia and Sophie Mankey, the final gymnast for the Royals here on the bars, competing at the varsity level.
Really nice bar routine here. Those rear uprises are beautiful. And again, she's got great form. Love the toe point. Every move goes right into the next. Here's a big cast. Wow, that was about a clean routine as you can do. She just is super fun to watch. Here you'll see here she does those long hang kips. And watch this. It just floats and stuck landing. Very nice job. That was fun.
Rogers done on the bars. We'll hang on just for a moment to get the score for you for Sophie Mankey. She's one of those young gymnasts that Coach Meach was talking to us about earlier, just an 8th grader. And
lots of talent on this team, and they are young. So as that, you know, as the head coach being her first year, you know, you're looking at your team, but you're also looking to the future thinking, I'm going to have a lot of these girls for 3-4 years, and how fun will that be? It's always hard to lose those seniors, but if you have a young class up and coming, it's kind of a good thing too.
Score of 7.25. So for Sophie Mankey, the high for the Royals. We will take time out and we'll come back. Park Center up on the bars in a moment. Watching high school gymnastics on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there, choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
We are back at Park Center High School as you look at the score for the Rogers Royals on the uneven bars. Get ready to look at Park Center Pirates as they get set to go on bars tonight. Bar scared you, didn't it, back when you competed?
Not as much as the beam, but
no?
What was hardest about bars was I didn't really have, excuse me, abdominal muscles, and you need to be strong from head to toe on bars.
Harmony Harrison will be up first for Park Center on the bars. She'll be followed by Rachael Dupont, Chandra Villa, Elissa Lance, and then Annika Lee. Harmony's high score this year, 6.25, the junior.
Apologize for my little coughing little episode there. Nice start for the Pirates. What has made bars change so much over the years too is the distance between the bars, whereas prior they were closer together, but now you can't really notice, but there's like a whole body length from the low bar to the high bar. And so they're able to do the bigger skills. They're able to do skills that we have adapted from men's high bar, the giant swings, the release moves, the pirouettes, whereas prior to them being farther apart, it wasn't like that. But this takes abdominal strength, which I really didn't have a lot of back then. Beam and floor, those were my good events.
This first routine should score in the 6s. Rachael Dupont waits her turn. Harmony Harrison, no, a little bit low. 5.8 for Harmony Harrison. Now Rachael Dupont.
There's probably not any archive film from 1980, I would think.
Not in our card. We weren't around in 1980.
I know.
Rachael, we saw her earlier on the vault, which scored an 8.1.
Unfortunately, she caught the back of her heel, which kind of just stops your swing, and it makes it hard to do those long hang kips from a dead hang. So the coach did have to step in there. She'll have a small deduction for him helping her out. But what a beautiful flyaway dismount she had. That is unfortunate. Let's see here. She does. Oops, we're going right into the flyaway, which it couldn't have been prettier. That was very nice. But when she was doing her kip cut catch, she kind of caught her foot, which when you're at a dead stop, to try to get back up to that position on the high bar, I mean, that's hard. Believe it or not, that there's a lot of physics involved in gymnastics. The
not our strong strength.
Not our strong strength. 1 + 1 is 7. Right. Yay! But you know, the speed, the angle, there's a lot more math involved in gymnastics than we think.
5.9 for Rachael Dupont. Next up, Chandra Villa, sophomore all-arounder. Her high score this year in this event, 7.85.
It's a really nice kip combination to open up. Here's some of those moves we're talking about that are giant swings. Beautiful. Had her shoulders down a little bit on that landing, but the giant swings are what men do on the high bar. And it's been fun to watch women's gymnastics take those onto the uneven bars now, and that was a very nice flyaway dismount.
It should score pretty well for her. Seems happy. Her teammates seem happy.
She's one of those gymnasts. She was just so calm. She didn't warm up the giants during warm-up that we saw, and all of a sudden, boom, here's this gymnast doing these big moves, so that was fun to see.
Elissa Lance will be up next. Probably her second to last gymnastics meet ever. She's an outstanding diver. She was a state meet diver this year for Park Center, and will likely do that sport in college, although it's not decided on a school yet.
You know, it's been fun. There's a lot of gymnasts that do diving, as well. And even though they're powerhouse gymnasts, then they go on to dive in college.
Chandra Villa scored a 7.1. Elissa Lance's high score here on the bar, 7.8 this year.
Beautiful rear up, rises into that back hip circle. Here she goes for the long hang kips. very nice flyaway dismount. Got a little nervous. Her toes came really close to that high bar, but totally enough to clear it. Again, just a pretty gymnast to watch because of the form that she has. Here's that move. It's called a rear uprise. She'll do this one into that back hip circle. She does a long hang hip, big cast, and you'll see here, came real close to that high bar. Getting some direction. We are going to be moving to springboard, moving in a crash pad. So she is actually waiting to help her teammate, be ready for this. This is a big bar routine. It's beautiful.
Anna Collier has got a chance to qualify for state in this event as well. Maybe an all-rounder next week at sections, which would obviously qualify her in all the events. 7.1 for Elissa Lance. And here's Anna Collier, high score 9.5 on the bars.
Boy, that bail was to almost a perfect handstand. Those are the kind of things that you see in some of the college meets. And here she's doing giant swings into half pirouettes. She got her toe on that last flyaway, or on that last kip. You'll see she actually clipped a toe. But for her to do that and still pull off that double back dismount, beautiful, beautiful. Here's that, it's called a bail, and she does it right into a handstand. That is so difficult. So we're gonna cast here. She does handstand. And you'll see here, she just kind of hits that foot, which kind of stops that swing and that momentum. But she is such a seasoned trained gymnast that she knows she's gonna go straight into that double back flyaway. But did you see the spotter? He was ready. He saw what was going on, and just in case, he was ready to go. And that is the trust that you have between the gymnast and the spotter when you're doing big tricks like that is pretty huge.
And again, getting congratulations from her teammates who will hang on for her score before we go to break.
When I saw her clip that foot, I thought, oh dear, she's not going to do it. And she still did it anyway, so it was beautiful. You can see I don't know if they're going to count that as a touch or not. You can see she barely made that around, but it kind of seems like he was just there in case. It'll be interesting to see if he did touch her. It is a 5/10 discount, but I think he was just there just in case, which you got to be heads up as a spotter. And one of the best spotting that we've seen, because he saw she hit her foot. He was there just in case she got into trouble. She was a little bit low on the landing, but
she got knocked down a little bit. I mean, 9.025 for her score.
So my guess is they probably did take the 5/10 for the touch. Yeah, because that bail to handstand was perfect. Small deduction for hooking her feet, and then for the low shoulders on the dismount. So my guess is yeah. But boy, you'd rather have them step in and make sure she's safe than the last meet of the season have her, have a bad fall or something. So good call on his part. And you have to make that split-second decision.
We'll take time out. We'll come back. Another rotation up. We move to the balance beam next on CCX.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Collier song is up first for Park Center on the balance beam. So you See their bar score, 29.125. We saw Collier starting out our meet tonight on the vault, where she scored an 8.025.
Two very nice back walkovers. We are going to be looking on the balance beam for a lot of the same things that we look on the floor. There needs to be a full turn, has to be in there. You have to have the connections, the dance acrobatic series. Beautiful quarter twisting jump there. Anytime you add a twist or a jump to any of those, it adds to the difficulty. Gorgeous full twisting tuck jump. That is so incredibly hard, and she just nails it. Oh, unfortunately, just a little bit low on that full twisting front layout dismount. I think she didn't realize she was that low, and next thing you know, you're sitting down.
I think more embarrassed by that land, Amy.
Exactly.
That'd be like how I would jump off the beam. I mean, the rest of that routine was really good.
It was beautiful routine. Here is that full twisting tuck jump, and there's not even a balance check on that. It was just gorgeous. So when she gets ready, you'll see she's just a little low and doesn't quite get that twist all the way around. That's why we call them crash pads. Nice, comfy, soft landings.
In his notes to us, Coach Smith noted, which we've talked about before, that the beam can make it or break it for a team. The key is to stay on, and he believes his team has the skills, but now they need to do it. You know, this is the time of year to come through and have good, solid beam routines, 1 to 5.
They take the top 4 scores, so now they have that'll be a 5/10 deduction for the fall. So now their next 4 gymnasts up, if they want to try to get a big score on the balance beam, their next 4 are going to have to hit. And I got to tell you, the other thing, you can't really see it here. They are so close to the crowd. I think that would be nerve-wracking for me. That, you know, there you can see they're that close to the crowd, and I think, wow. I wish it would be against the wall, kind of like the vault.
Collier Song's vault in the 7.575. Chandra Villa here up second.
She has 2 back handsprings. Nice job. A little bit of a bend in the elbow, but there wasn't a stop in between the 2. Wow. Beautiful standing back flip on that. She gets ready for that dismount here. Very, very nice full twisting back flip. She's just so nonchalant about it. I mean, that was a gorgeous routine. And to have to follow somebody that had a fall where you know now it's up to me. Here's those back handsprings. They really want to make sure that there's not any stops, and she kept that momentum going. And this was really nice. Full twist, back flip. That should be a good score for her.
Really well done by the sophomore. Her high score coming in on this event at 8.65. Rachael Dupont will be up next for Park Center.
She again was, when we were watching warm-ups, I didn't even see her warm up that back foot, so that was not expecting that. It was beautiful. Hardest part about beam is the most nerve-wracking event. I think it takes the most confidence and self-control, but it is an event where you don't want to have to sit around and wait. You want to be able to get up, get going, hopefully have no fall, and have a really nice landing.
Score of 8.375 for Chandra Villa. Now here's Rachael Dupont.
Super unique. She almost does like a front walkover mount. It was very nice. Oh gosh darn, that was the aerial cartwheel. It's hard enough to do a cartwheel on the balance beam, and then you do one with no hands. wolf jump and then a 3/4 twisting wolf jump. Sometimes it's hard when you have that fall on a big scale. It's hard to get yourself back into that beam routine. Gorgeous front walk over into cartwheel. Nice combination. She does a 3/4 twisting split jump right into a back flip. The 2 falls were unfortunate. That'll cost her an entire point, but the rest of this, and she was, this part was just beautiful. She does a front walk over into that cartwheel. Really solid. And here's that dismount. Nice landing, no steps on that.
Good recovery after the fall, Deb.
It was, yep. We talk about the balance beam. It is 4 feet off the ground and it's only 4 inches wide. And right now she's marking where she's going to be probably placing her feet for her dismount. But the balance beam is literally just a teeny tiny bit wider than the average foot. And that's what makes this probably the scariest event. And there's that little mark where she's going to stand before she goes into her dismount. But you can just see how 4 inches is not that wide.
Elissa Lance, the 4th Pirate gymnast tonight on the beam. Score for Rachael Dupont of 7.55.
Nice full turn. That is a requirement on the balance beam. Every girl will have that in a routine. Nice. Good jump combination, adding the twisting to that. The important thing on this connection is to do the cartwheel, and you want to swing that foot through and bring it right into the round off. Oh my gosh, her foot completely slipped off the side and she was able to hang on. I don't know how. Nice job. Split jump into twisting jump, which is a nice solid combination. You'll see she made that mark there, so her toes on that mark, and she's going to do beautiful cartwheel full twisting dismount to a real nice landing. You'll see here that foot almost completely slips off and she's able to hang on. That was wonderful. She's cartwheel, boom, full twist, and not a step on the landing. Good routine. I think she's thinking, did you see my foot almost come off the beam? Oh.
That was very good.
It can happen so quickly. Sometimes you don't even know, and you watch gymnasts fall off the balance beam all the way up to your elite gymnasts, your Olympic gymnasts, even as seasoned as they are. You are out of line with that balance beam. One shoulder dips a little bit too much, and you're standing next to it instead of on top.
Elissa, an all-conference performer last year. We'll see what this routine that you just saw scores her before Annika Lee, who has gotten as high as 9.475 on the balance beam this year. Our note for Annika from Coach Smith: big skills with big risks. So it's fun to watch, but if you don't hit it,
yes,
you pay the price.
Yes.
If you do, you're rewarded.
You're rewarded. And I will tell you from coaching in the past, when it comes to the balance beam, I can't look at the gymnast, I watch their feet because I don't want to make eye contact with them. And in a routine like this that has so much difficulty in it, it's so fun to watch her, and you just want her to hit because you know that she's capable of it. So let's hope.
score of 8-3 for Elissa Lance. And now here's Annika Lee.
There's our first tumbling sequence. 2 back handsprings, beautiful tiny balance check there with that left shoulder just dipping a little bit. Switch leap to a twisting split leap. Solid full turn. This backflip she's going to do is so high. Hang on. Nice job there again. You saw that bouncing on the 1 foot, and she's able to hang on to it. Gave a little smile to the teammates there. Getting ready for the dismount. Wow, that was gorgeous. Round off laid out, full twisting layout. She lands with her chest nice and high and strong. We want that. And you'll see here, here's that round off. Beautiful full twist. Teeny, tiniest of step backwards. Good routine for her.
Great finish for Annika. As Park Center finishes its rotation here on the balance beam while we wait for her score. I want to tell you that last month, just over a month ago, the Minnesota Girls Gymnastics Coaches Association sponsored a meet that was held here at Park Center, and they honored Bruce Smith. 50 years of coaching. Started coaching at Brooklyn Center High School back in 1970. He's coached here at Park Center since 1990, and they honored him with that sign there, and it along the walls here in the gymnastics gym. Each of the teams that competed that day made signs that they carried in and signed, and just a great tribute to a terrific coach and a great man that's done so much for gymnasts throughout, that he's coached throughout the years.
He has so deserving of that honor that night, and I'm so glad that the other schools joined in, because what he has done for this sport and this school in particular, he believes that every girl has that opportunity, whether they're a varsity gymnast, junior varsity gymnast. He actually will get an extra judge. We're not seeing it tonight, so that every girl on his team will have a chance to compete in front of their friends, in front of their family, and to support their school. And we've watched him over the years have teams that haven't been that successful, but the camaraderie and the energy and the happiness he brings to the sport. So to watch him now have some gymnasts that are outstanding has been so fun. But I cannot say enough about this man and what he's done for the sport and for this school. Very proud to have known him.
Yeah, 50 years of coaching. Congratulations to Bruce. And there's the sign that he was honored with last month.
And he is a perfect 10, so claps, snaps.
We'll give you the score in a moment for Annika Lee, and then we will come back with our next rotation. Rogers will be up. More gymnastics from Park Center High School. So look at more of the signs in honor of Coach Smith and his 50 years here of coaching.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Rogers is up on the balance beam. Cassidy Crott will lead it off for the Royals.
Love these front walkovers. I just think they're so pretty. And they're really tough because when you're going backwards, you can kind of see where your hands are going to land, but when you're going frontwards, you're just kind of hoping you're in line with the balance beam and your feet shows up there. So very fun to watch. Oh, round off and just off a tiny bit. That's it. It just goes to show you that if you're off just a hair, beautiful twisting split jump. Really nice tuck dismount. She had great form on that. She moved really well. She just had that one fall, which will be unfortunate. So
Cassidy's high score has been an 8.4 in the beam. We look at part of her routine again.
that was just a nice job, and again done with really nice form.
I promised before the break that we'd give you Annika Lee's score on the beam, 9.1, finishing up for the Pirates.
Not happy.
You're not happy?
No.
Maybe she's not happy.
You're
definitely not happy with that score.
No.
You thought it could have been higher.
That had way too much difficulty, and I don't know. Maybe I'm a little biased because I'm sitting in Park Center and getting all verklempt because of Bruce, because he's such an amazing human being that score definitely deserved, in my mind, higher than a 9-1.
Sophie Mankey up now for the Royals.
Oh, gosh. It was such a nice combination. She does a wolf jump into a 3/4 twisting tuck jump.
Cassidy Crot's score is 7.85.
Beautiful front walkovers. They're just so pretty. Hang on. Oh, darn. Just taking a little bit of a breather to get herself back together and continue on with the routine. There's that full turn. Split jump into that twisting wolf jump. And this is just hard. It is such a difficult apparatus. And anytime you're doing the twisting and the adding that to your jumps and leaps, it just adds to the difficulty.
It's tough sometimes. You just can't get it back. You know, you one ball just in, then you have another one.
Yeah. You'll see here, these were so pretty. And she's doing great. And then just all of a sudden, it's just, you're just off that tiny, tiny little bit. And you have to jump off the side. But this dismount was beautiful. Nice job. She had great height and just a little step on that landing. Not the routine she wanted, but you know, after one fall, you kind of want to go, okay, that's enough. After two falls, I might just run out of the room. So I give her a ton of credit. You get up there and you finish what you started.
Olivia Soltani will be the third gymnast coming up for Rogers. And Hannah Sharp and Claire Hippin. Reminder again, section meets around the state next week. These teams both will compete in the Section 5 AA meet a week from tonight, February 13th at Champlin Park High School. Champlin Park, Maple Grove, Park Center, Rogers, Osseo Fridley, a lot of local teams in that. Elk River, St. Michael, Albertville, new into the section this year, and both pretty good teams.
Okay. And then our next big section, that's Wayzata.
Wayzata and Hopkins are in the 6 AA meet, which is Saturday the 15th. Here's Olivia Soltani.
She opens up with a no-handed mount right into 2 really great leaps. Or excuse me, jumps. Hang on. Oh. It's definitely hard to, follow a teammate that has, had some falls and stuff too. So let's see how the rest of this will continue.
Sophie Mankey's score was 6.65.
Really nice back handspring. Tiny balance check at the end here. Going to show us flexibility, the splits. There's the full turn, which is a requirement. Beautiful back walkovers, and the key here is to keep those shoulders moving, which she does perfectly. There isn't a stop. It goes right into the second back walkover. Full twisting tuck jump. Nice, she's able to hang on to that. Cartwheel backflip into a solid landing. So a nice comeback after the fall. She was able to continue, and she did a really nice job. Probably a little disappointed in the fall because you definitely don't want that. But this was gorgeous. She does a cartwheel right into that backflip.
All right, Hannah. Needs to be mad for
Some, a little bit of encouragement, maybe a little constructive criticism, and that's, probably the hardest part on coaching is when you have to talk to that athlete who maybe didn't have the routine that they were hoping for, and you want to still, do positive and be positive. Back in the day when I was coaching Port Shelby's 3-on-3 league, yes, I did coach hockey. It was quite fun. And I would always tell the girls, like, oh, your earrings are to die for, but please don't pass the puck in front of the goalie. You have great eyeshadow, but let's work the up the boards.
How did they take to your coaching?
Really well.
Yeah?
Because you always want to hear something fun and positive.
Right.
You're so pretty. Score. No. It was a time that we gave the dads a break and us moms got on the bench. It was quite hysterical.
Our first look tonight at Hannah Sharber. Her lone varsity event here is the balance beam. Hannah is a sophomore. Her high score on the beam this year, 9.15.
She is what we like to call a beam specialist. She is so good on this event. I had the chance to watch her during warm-ups, and it is hard when this is your only varsity event. But on the flip side, you are good enough to compete on this varsity level.
She will compete later on the floor, but she did not compete in the first 2 rotations, even in the JV. So that's even tougher when you haven't done, let's see, if you're doing JV ball, JV bars, and then you come to beam. You're a little warmed up, but now you've been sitting for a good hour plus. You have a brief warm-up time, but there's not a lot of time.
That is hard because you've literally been sitting for an hour plus.
Olivia Soltani's score was 7.625 on the beam.
A lot of times, if you are good on the floor, you'll be good on the balance beam. Really nice back handspring into the full twisting back flip. Just a little check on the landing there. She had that little step to the side, but what a solid performance. It was very nice. These are, again, the front walkovers. She was right into a wolf jump, twisting jump. Was able to hang on to that. Back handspring, full twisting, back flip. Nice job.
So we'll wait Hannah Sharber's score. Claire Hippin will be up last for the Royals.
Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, we've seen some gymnasts, and you can see it here with Claire with her eyes closed. I think you just kind of go through the routine. Here's what I'm going to do, and while you're waiting for the judges to give you the go-ahead.
You will see that in, from high school all the way up to Olympics, where someone is kind of, they will go through routine in their head prior to stepping on the apparatus.
8.825 for Hannah Sharber. So far and away the highest score we've had for the Royals so far on the beam.
She does that cartwheel round-off combination and keeps her body moving. Nice full turn. Split jump, wolf jump. Oh, hang on, darn, that was such a pretty combination. A switch leap into a full twisting tuck jump. Nice combination. As a pike jump into a wolf jump. Getting ready for her dismount. Full twisting backflip, and look at that landing. It was solid. Oh, she almost had that. Beautiful routine. Such a pretty gymnast to watch as well. I love her dance. I love when gymnasts do the balance beam and they'll perform what we call an releve, where a lot of times she'll be up on her toes. But this was gorgeous. I think we talked about just her toe point is so pretty. Really nice routine.
So some falls for the Royals tonight. Overall, a tough night.
It's a tough night, and you kind of hope that last meet you're here to polish up everything. But I will tell you, if you're going to have a fall in a meet, let's do it this meet instead of next weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe they're just getting all their falls out. Plus, like I said, when you come to another school and you're in their gym, we are really close to that balance beam as spectators in the stand. I don't know if it would throw me certainly, so I don't know what the setup's like in their gym, but it's very rare that we actually sit this close, the stands, to that balance beam, which can be a little bit nerve-wracking. I mean, the beam is nerve-wracking enough in itself.
Claire Hippin's score, 8.25 on the beam. We have one full rotation left. We'll take another time out here on CCX. Move to the floor exercise. We're back to Park Center after this.
My son Andrew was always a joy to be around. I always taught him to be accepting of other people. That's why when Andrew was suddenly fired from his teaching job for being gay, my heart just broke. As a parent, how do you prepare your child for something like that? I hope we get to a place where people will be treated with respect, equality, and love.
There's the balance beam score that Rogers recorded a moment ago. 32.550. We are now through 3 full rotations, and we go to the floor exercise. Sophie Menke up first for the Royals.
Always a super fun event to finish on. Less likely that you're going to fall off or fall. You may pop out of bounds occasionally, but it's really just a fun event. It was my favorite. Rounded back handspring, back flip with a half twist. Always fun when we get into a new season to see what kind of music the girls are picking out these days. There's a nice punch front to dive roll cartwheel for her second pass. As on the balance beam, there are certain requirements. You have to have jump and leap combinations, dance acro series. You can get bonus points if you're adding those twistings to the combinations. And somewhere in there, you do have to throw a full turn. Really cute ending to that routine. Nice job.
Sophie Bolden leading it off for the Royals. Look at a couple of her runs a moment ago.
She does a backflip with a half twist. Here's a punch front. You'll see she goes right into that dive roll, up to the cartwheel. And ends. Round out 2 back handsprings. Definitely was a fun gymnast to watch, just to see her play with the crowd and the music, and lots of smiles, lots of energy. It's fun to watch. You have gymnasts that sometimes are super strong in tumbling, but maybe don't have the elegance of the dance, or they're great dancers, but maybe don't have the strength of the tumbling. Gymnastics has been set up where you can get the difficulties and the bonus points with the dance if you don't have the difficulty in the tumbling, and that's something that's been fun to watch over the years. It just makes a little bit of a difference.
This is Megan Hagel, our first look at her tonight, the varsity competitor. Senior for the Royals. Has scored as high as 8.9 in this event this season.
Really nice rounded back handspring laid out. Great body position on that. And here's where we're adding the twisting to those jump combinations for extra points in difficulty.
Sophie Mankey's score is a 7.675.
Really nice high punch front into the dive roll cartwheel combination. Round up to 2 straddle jumps. She's taking a little bit of a break and a breather for that third and final tumbling pass. Round up 2 back handsprings into a nice back flip. Nicely choreographed routine, worked real well to the music, and smiled during the flow routine. Here's that first tumbling pass, and you'll just notice the body position. It's just nice. She's straight, legs are together, toes are pointed, and the second one, the punch front, is huge into the dive roll cartwheel, and then finally round up 2 back handsprings into a nice back flip.
Olivia Sultani will be up next.
Always
I can
fun
see
to
he's pretty
get.
happy with that.
Yeah, I think so. And fun to get congratulations from the team. Floor is also a point where the team can really get in there and encourage you, and it's okay to be loud, and it's okay to clap, and it's not a sport like in the past when you could hear a pin drop. Couldn't take a flash photography, you could hear a pin drop. Actually had a piano player that used to sit on the side for floor.
7.7 for Megan Hagel. Here is Olivia Sultani.
Beautiful round up back handspring. full twist. Now it's very interesting. She's got that big crash pad in there, and I don't know. We've seen crash pads on the floor before. This one is like double the thickness. I don't know if there's a deduction for that or not. I guess I would, like to find that out. That was a gorgeous tuck jump into the splits. 1 1/4 twisting wolf jump. She gets for her second tumbling pass. Does front flip, dive roll into a front walkover. She's definitely really good at the jump combinations by adding the twisting to them. Round-off 2 back handspring to a nice high back flip. The worm. How often do you see that in a floor routine? Nice job.
Nice ending.
I love it. The originality is what also makes floor so much fun to watch. So you see this, she does a round-off into a full twist back flip. And her second one, she punch front, does the forward roll, and she does hers into a front walkover. Around up 2 back handspring, nice high back flip.
Olivia Soltani has been an all-arounder tonight, and we'll see where she lands with the score in her final event of the evening.
Really fun routine to watch. So far, the choreography of the Rogers team has been fun. I don't know who does it, if they do it or if the coach steps in and help it. Whoever, they've done a real nice job.
Hannah Sharber scored the high for Rogers on the beam with an 8.825. Get her second varsity event here on the floor. 8.025 for Olivia Soltani.
Love that. Just such an original movement on the floor. There you see she has the crash pad too. It's a thinner crash pad, so I would be curious to know if there's a deduction for the thicker one. Lots of gymnastics competitions, you're allowed to have that mat in there. Again, full twisting tuck jumps. Slows it down just a little bit as we get into the corner. Ready for our next tumbling pass. Front handspring, front flip into the forward roll, dive roll. Nice job. Did a full twisting split into full twisting wolf jump. Nice routine. I loved a lot of the originality that she has. I mean, even at the end when she does the back walkover and she drops down to her elbows, that's just taking a move that we see a lot of and adding your own taste to it. Here is that beautiful round off full twist. And you'll see here the handspring front, very nice. And then her last one, she does punch front, dive forward roll right into the cartwheel. Super fun to watch.
We've seen the Royals gymnasts, at least 3 of them now, with the wrist guards, Deb. So Collier Hippin is up next, not wearing them.
Right, and that's a personal preference. they came along, I don't remember how many years ago, but it prevents your wrist from hyperextending or going too far, backwards that way. It doesn't really, it's just a personal preference. It's like some of the girls wear grips on the bar, which I think is much more of a necessity than the wrist guards that they wear on the floor. But if you grew up in a gym and that's what you wore, that's what you have on.
7.875 for Hannah Sharber, and now here is Claire Hippin, who has scored as high as 9.3 on this event this season.
Here's my gal with the toe point. If you have a chance, just take, every time that toe comes off of the floor mat, it is pointed. It's just so pretty. Beautiful opening jump, full twisting wolf jump. Wonderful round off 1.5 twist. Again, the form is just outstanding. Switch leap into 1.5 twisting tuck jump. Punch front into a round up back flip. Round off full twist. It's a great routine. She has a twist in the opening tumbling run and a twist in the final tumbling run. Again, adding a single 1.5 twisting jump combination. Really a pretty routine for her. Nice job.
Good, solid finish on the floor for Claire. The Royals here. Look at it again.
Here she does this round up into a 1.5 twist. And this one, punch front walk out, round up back handspring tuck back. That is as high as she is tall. And then a round off full twist on that last tumbling pass. And again, just a pretty gymnast to watch. Nice job.
We'll hold on here and give you the score for Claire before we head to break. Park Center still to come here on the floor exercise. State meet coming up 2 weeks from this coming weekend, and back to location it was at for many years in St. Paul at the old Roy Wilkins Auditorium.
It's a fun venue. The U was fun too, but I think I kind of like the Roy Wilkins. Well, I can't even say it. The House of Roy, where, for those of us on this side of the town, it's a little bit farther to drive to than the U, but I love St. Paul. I think it's a fun city, great restaurants, good venue.
8.925 for Claire. Yeah, that is coming up February 21st and 22nd. The team portion of the meet on Friday for Class A and AA, and the individual on that Saturday. We'll take time out and come back, and we'll have Park Center up on the floor as we wrap up our meet from Park Center High School after this. We are back at Park Center. John Jacobson and Debbie Rasmussen, our final rotation of the night. Park Center's varsity up on the floor exercise.
One gal that's just warming up one last time. We should let y'all know that actually prior to each event before competition, we have what's called a 3-minute touch warm-up so that the girls can get out there and run through a quick bar routine or a couple of vaults or some tumbling passes, just so that, you know, they're not, if you've been sitting around for however long, it's kind of hard to jump up. This hasn't always been the case, but I think it's really important.
Here's a look at Amanda Molden. It's Bruce Smith's daughter. She's 9th year as an assistant coach, really an integral part of this coaching staff. Grew up around the gym, in the gym, you know, when Park Center competed in the main gym here, competed at Osseo High School, but really works closely with the girls and with their dad as part of this program.
She has brought a lot to the program, as much as the love of it, just like her dad has. And I just remember the years back then when she was on Osseo and we'd be doing an Osseo Park Center meet and Bruce is coaching this team, but his daughter's competing on that. A unique situation.
Rachael Dupont leads off the Pirates team here on the floor.
Opened up with a beautiful full twist. Let's see what the second tumbling pass brings us. Handspring front flip dive roll. Again, a nice twisting jump combination. Aerial cartwheel to the corner as she gets ready for that last tumbling pass. Round up back handspring, back flip. Really nice routine. I love the endings of these routines because I think that really gets to put your own. I mean, you pick out the music and you do the choreography, but that ending position, you probably go through a dozen in your head before you decide that that's the one you're going to use. Then you'll go to a meet and you'll see someone and you'll steal their move, and then you'll put that in there, so it can change all the time.
And some hugs for her. This is her last meet here in this gym. As I mentioned, they got the section meet next week, but their last meet as a senior, and really a nice routine for her. Coming off, you know, had a couple falls there on the beam and comes back solid here on the floor.
Really nice opening pass, round off full twist, and here's her second one. She does a handspring front into dive roll. And then the final is that back flip, and again, look at the height.
Deb, you talked about listening to the different types of music. Now, these next two competitors for Park Center have completely different music. Collier Zong, we're going to see coming up, classic tango, and then Chandra Villa that follows classical music, more of a traditional type dancer. So we'll see the contrast in the routines, and the music between Collier and Chandra coming up.
And that's what makes floor such a really fun event. It's just, you know, to see what the music is and what kinds of different music there is. I mean, we've heard it all, you know, from hip hop on some to your classic, like a Russian ballet kind of music or something. So I just love this event.
7.7 for Rachael Dupont. Now Collier Song.
Really dramatic music. Round up back handspring full twist, and she lands that in a completely stand-up position. punch front to a round up back handspring walkout. Switch leap. Full twisting split jump. Nice job. Jump there is called a ring leap. You throw that back. You do a split leap, but you throw that back foot almost over her head. Round up 2 back handsprings into a layout. Nice job. Really pretty routine.
Collier Song, the senior co-captain. And a look at part of her routine.
That full twist, I mean, talk about straight body position. She landed that completely standing up. A lot of gymnasts will pike that down. Here she does the front flip walkout into round up back handspring. She's round up 2 back handsprings into a nice back layout.
For 3 of these girls tonight, Rachael, Collier, and Elissa coming up, their final routines or final events in this gym as Park Center gymnasts.
That, and, you know, and some of the girls have been on the team for such a long time, you know, 5, 6, some even 7 years, and because you practice off season too. They'll have open gyms where you can come into your gym and practice, and just the team camaraderie that you get. And that's the one thing that Bruce has really stressed. You cheer for everyone on your team. It doesn't matter if you're on the varsity team or if you're on the JV team or the second JV team that he has. It's just so important that you support your teammates. And again, just a really genuine attribute that he brings to the sport and, most importantly, the school.
The judges, Summer Minnick and Nicole Wood, here conferring on the score for Collier Song. That's the reason for our little bit of a delay.
The nice thing is they get to sit next to each
They're
other.
right next to each other. You don't have to stand up and walk across the floor.
Right.
Exactly.
We've seen them meet in the middle. And, you know, like I said, when you get to sections in state and you have 4 judges, way more judges conferences.
.725 for Collier Song. Now here's Chandra Villa.
Just like the super quiet powerhouse of a gymnast. Beautiful 1.5 twist to open up. Nice split straddle twisting combination. Wow, 2 punch fronts. I think the second one was even higher than the first. Full twisting switch leap. The final tumbling cast. Round up back handspring, full twist. Again, a gymnast that opens with a twisting and ends with a twisting. What a beautiful routine. Not quite sure if it was supposed to end at that time, but she got all her requirements in, so she's good. Here's what she opens with. She does a round up back handspring, 1.5 twist. Now watch that second flip. I swear it's higher than the first one. Into. Nice job. And ends with the back flip full twist also. It's just, you wonder, she's so cute and quiet. Does she realize how good she is? I mean, like, she's like so good.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Had a nice overall meet tonight, sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
Elissa Lance will be up next, another senior co-captain, all-rounder.
can't tell if this is starting to get to her. She has that look on her face like, wow, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I may have cried a little bit on my last gymnastics meet, my last cheerleading football game, Shelby's last hockey game. Kind of an emotional wreck. It's all good.
8.6 score for Chandra Villa, and now Elissa Lance.
Should have been higher. Really pretty combination. Full twisting wolf jump to a 1.5 twisting pike jump with lots of height. She nailed that landing on the full twist. You're allowed to take that step back, but if you don't, judges really like that too. Punch front, walk out, round up, back flip. Again, the originality in the choreography is great. Another full twisting wolf jump. Final tumbling pass in the corner. Round off 2 bag handsprings, full twist. A little low with the shoulders, but she's able to pull it off. Wow, that was a really, really nice routine.
Elissa Lance, very happy with that routine. Let's look at it again.
Here comes that first tumbling pass, round up back handspring, full twist, and again, just nailed the landing. Punch front, round off, back flip, again, another one. And this one almost was just a little, she was running out of steam a little tiny bit with the shoulders a little low. It forces her to take that step forward. This was a really, really nice routine. And what a fun moment for her and her coach. Been together for a long time, you know, proud of you. And that just speaks a lot. Senior to senior.
Yeah. Score of 8.475 for Elissa. And Annika Lee will finish up our meet tonight.
They are really being tough scoring.
Yeah, you really got to earn it tonight.
Jeez. It's kind of like, what do you want?
Annika's had the high score on each of the first 3 apparatus.
Beautiful. Round up 1.5 twist into a pike front flip. Gorgeous twisting split leap series there. Wow, beautiful layout punch front to a pike front. Works real well to the music as she sets up for her final tumbling pass. Round up back handspring, 1.5 twist. Okay, if this doesn't score above a 9,
I think it will.
I'm not going to be able to contain my booing. That was a gorgeous routine. Here she does a 1.5 twist and punches right into a punch front flip, which was gorgeous. And here we have a layout into pike front. And then lastly, round up back handspring, and again, 1.5 twist. That having to step out of that last tumbling pass was one of the only deductions that I think you could really, really take. That was a gorgeous, gorgeous routine for her.
Deb, please clean up after yourself.
If she gets over a 9, I will. If she doesn't, I'm going to make the judges clean. I'm kidding. It's, every year judging changes and they make it harder and harder to get the big scores. But on some of the routines tonight that we saw, I really do believe they deserved some higher scores than what was given. And yes, that is my personal opinion, but I have 29 years of experience here. You can even come up with scores pretty close, which is very impressive.
Yes, over 9. Well over 9. 9.475, just off her season high this season. So great job by Annika Lee to finish up. She'll be our all-round champion tonight, and she looks dialed in for sections, Deb, next
Definitely
week.
Does. I think, on all 4 events, she could go as an individual, but definitely for sure as an all-arounder. And that's what is fun, is that even in this sport, when your team might not be as strong enough to make the actual team competition, you yourself as an individual can make it. So the whole year you're competing as a team, but it's nice that you can be rewarded as an individual or an all-arounder. I mean, you might have a girl that makes it just on vault. You might have a girl that makes it on 2 events. You might have a girl that just does all around but didn't make it on the event finals also. So it makes it fun. I mean, back in my day, I only made it on the balance beam, and I was the very last competitor in the entire meet, and they had to ask the crowd to sit down because they thought it was done. And there was still me from Cooper, yes.
And you made it anyway. That was awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome, but I remember it was like, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more competitor. And normally there's 4 events going on at the same time. Talk about pressure.
As we get ready to go to break, we'll come back with our final scores, with seniors being recognized here tonight and their final meet here at Park Center. We'll wrap things up from Park Center High School after this.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
There's the Pirates' floor exercise team score, 34.275. And a few moments ago, Deb, as you look at the total rotation scores for each team, the seniors that were being introduced out here on senior night and being recognized by their underclassmen, and a nice moment for those girls. So we saw them compete in their final exercises on the floor exercise, and then the reality set in of it's senior night.
It's senior night. And it's so hard because they have given so much to the sport for so many years, and a lot of them right here at Park Center, which is just wonderful and yet so emotional at the same time, because you're kind of like, wow, I have 1 meet left. Potentially for some of them, maybe, if they can make it onto state, but otherwise this is the last home meet they're going to have, and they've given so much to the school and the sport, and also to Coach Bruce. I think it's just emotional for him, and I get it.
Again, Park Center wins the meet with the team score that you saw a moment ago, 131.95 to 126.45 for Rogers. Annika Lee, the all-around champion tonight, 37.2. Really had a very solid routine, and we'll look for her next week at the section meet to do well and advance on to state in a couple of weeks. Upcoming on CCX, you can watch for high school boys basketball tomorrow night. Deb's alma mater, Cooper, hosting Benilde St. Margaret's at 7 o'clock. Lake Conference girls basketball, Wayzata at home against St. Michael Albertville next Tuesday. 2 top 10 teams in Class 4A. And then the playoffs for girls hockey. Wednesday, Parade Ice Garden, 6AA semifinal. And next Friday, Section 5AA girls hockey final from Roseville Ice Arena. You go to our website at CCX Media for update on those games coming up. That will do it for tonight's meet, Deb. It's been a fun meet to do tonight, and good luck to these teams next week at the section meet. Again, Section 5AA meet February 13th at Champlin Park High School. And that will do it for our telecast tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it. For Debbie Rasmussen and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for watching.